We're back with another episode of Unlocking Huntington Beach. What is going on? My name is Lane Stone. Thank you for tuning in. We love bringing you these episodes. Last week's episode was the Super Bowl episode, which happened to have been a big snooze fest. So if you got through that game, congratulations to you. But I know a lot of people were switching that over to watch curling, for crying out loud, because the Super Bowl was just awful. Hopefully my Rams can do a little bit better and get there. They were just off by one game, but congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks for winning the Super Bowl. This week's episode is going to be all about Valentine's Day and what to do in and around Huntington Beach. Are you going out? Are you staying home? Are there activities? Are there Galentine's Day activities around Huntington Beach? And the answer is yes to all of them. So we're going to get into it, and we're going to start off with Galentine's Day in Huntington Beach. Here's what it says. It says, if you're planning a Galentine's night, the Longboard restaurant and pub downtown is hosting a Galentine's event on Friday, February 13th. They're doing wine tasting, sweet treats, food specials, and it's very much a girls' night out kind of vibe. But what I really like about longboards, and maybe a lot of people you don't know about this, there is a lot of history when it comes to longboards. This building, I believe, was from 1908. It's one of the longest, if not the longest standing buildings on Main Street, and there's a lot of history there. There's even some historical markers. If you go behind the building of longboards, there is the original jail cell, and then right next to it, the original police station. And when you look at the mortars and the bricks and everything that's in between the bricks there, they use the original sand from the beach where they shifted out the shells. So if you're going to go have a good Galentine's Day time at longboards, and maybe if you don't go for Galentine's Day, but you do go to longboards again in the future, think about the history that's there with this building. Almost 120 years old. So if nothing else, check out Longboard's Restaurant and Pub for the history of it. Before it was a restaurant, I saw that they sold pianos there. It was like a Japanese restaurant, a fish market, Navy shop. So I think that, or shoe shop, excuse me. But I think that there's so much history, and I love Huntington Beach and the fact that we have over 100 years of history here in our beautiful city. But yes, there is Galentine's Day, going back to the theme of Valentine's Day episode here, but there is a Galentine's Day at Longboards this on the 13th, and it's a good option if you want to have some fun without feeling overly formal. Now, if you're looking for a little bit of an upscale, more formal vibe, a lot of the resorts and the hotels offer some fun events. For example, the Paséa Hotel and Spa. They have a full lineup of both Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day events, and they're offering even some spa experiences at the Aarna Spa, AARNA, during that same window. They have things like a PJ party, and the girls for the girls on February 15th in the morning. This is an ocean view, treat yourself Valentine's Day kind of week. Not everyone wants to fight for a reservation or sit in a packed restaurant on Valentine's Day. And so what I would want to do is I would want to get in on these tickets and these reservations way ahead of time for Pasea. And they have the dining at Lorea. This is a really good restaurant. I know they rebranded it not too long ago, but if you look at the menu of Lorea, everything on there is something that I would order on any menu. So it's really hard for me to choose when I go there. But I think that the chef, when they rebranded the name and redid the menu, I think they did a really, really good job and have some really great options. So Lorea on February 13th through the 15th with some Valentine's Day specials, the PJ party for the girls on the 15th. But let's talk about maybe some at-home traditions. If you live around Huntington Beach, maybe you want to stay at home. For me, my wife and I have had a tradition. We've been together for at least 12 years now, and every year since year one, I have cooked at home, and I've cooked at home using lobster. And I wanted to come up with some sort of an idea where I can use lobster in a different type of recipe every single time. So for example, like one year it could be lobster mac and cheese or lobster rolls, or one year we did lobster sushi, lobster bisque, lobster quesadillas, lobster burritos, fried fish, lobster tacos. Like if you name it, I've probably done it. So I'm running out of ideas, and I do have one more. I really don't want to say it out loud because I know my wife listens. She's a big fan of the show. So I want to surprise her this Valentine's Day with this. But after this year, I might be running out of ideas. So if you want to take an idea like that And like, hey, I'd love to do some sort of like cook at home for my significant other and maybe incorporate lobster. I'll tell you exactly where I get lobster and where I've gotten lobster in the past. We'll start with Wild Fork. In a pinch, when I needed to get some lobster, I went to get the fresh flash frozen lobster over at Wild Fork last year, and it worked out really well. As soon as you defrosted it, it was really delicious. It had some good chunks. It cooked up really well. It's actually a lot easier for me to use when I was doing the fried fish as well. Before that, especially when we did the at-home lobster roll sushi rolls, we went to the Tokyo Market over on Harbor. It's awesome. It makes you feel like you're in Japan in a way. They have things that at that store that you probably only find in Tokyo, but they have sushi grade quality fish there, and a really easy way to get some lobster. Now, of course, you can go to Whole Foods, you can go to Sprouts, you can go to Santa Monica Seafood locally here, and you can get some really good options for lobster. But those are some of the ones that I wanted to share with you, and hopefully you find value if you do want to cook something for your significant other for lobster. Again, I've done lobster risotto, you name it. It's kind of a really fun tradition. I encourage you, if you're looking to stay home, or if you're watching this and you want your significant other to cook for you with some sort of lobster option, send them this video and go straight to this section of the video, and maybe you get some ideas of what to cook. And if you think of any other lobster related ideas, that would be very, very helpful for me as well. So put something in the comments about what you might recommend for a lobster dish on Valentine's Day, because I could use it, add it to the list. After this year, I am completely out of ideas, and I might have to start redoing some of the ones from the past, but that's okay. All right. So again, think about Tokyo Central, Wild Fork, Sprouts, Santa Monica Seafood, Whole Foods, some really great options to get quality lobster around here. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Sometimes you don't, for Valentine's Day, maybe you don't want to have a dinner. Maybe brunch is more your vibe, and brunch might be a little bit easier to get in on Valentine's Day or the day after Valentine's. I believe Valentine's falls on either a Friday or Saturday this year. Maybe my producer in the back can tell me what day it falls in on, but it is going to be a weekend day, and I know that there's going to be some options to do a nice brunch. And when you think about brunch around here in Huntington Beach, there's some really great spots to think about. So I really like Mama's. Mama's has a really good brunch. Fogo de Chao actually has a great brunch. I think you get a better bang for your buck during the brunch at Fogo de Chao there. So look at reservations there. If you want something a little bit less casual, there's some great restaurants along Main Street. And now that football's officially over, a Sunday is not going to be as crazy at the bar scene, especially this time of year in downtown Huntington Beach, because there's really no football games on those times. So look at some of those restaurants there. There's a little chain that's a little bit more casual, a little more fast casual. It's called Egg Bread, but they put out really good food there. If you want to pick up some bagels and take it home, maybe go to think about Bagel Mania or Bo's Bagels. So those are some really good options for breakfast and brunch as opposed to dinner in and around Huntington Beach. Okay. And then maybe you want to do something different for Valentine's Day. Maybe you're very physical. It looks like, thank you, producer. Producer says Valentine's Day is on Saturday. I think if I was doing a Valentine's Day episode, I should have known ahead of time what day Valentine's Day is going to be on. But yes, it is Saturday, February 14th. So there you go. Saturday brunch. That's perfect. If you want to try to avoid some of the crowds, maybe consider Sunday brunch. That would be a good idea. So, but now I want to talk about a different segment. Now it's maybe you have an active significant other and your passions are fitness. Well, did you know Huntington Beach has an incredible run club? And they meet every Wednesday at 6:30 in the evening, every other Saturday morning. And I believe, again, I had to look at the calendar, but I believe this Saturday is the upcoming run club for Huntington Beach Run Club. And so maybe take your significant other, go out for a run. They keep it very casual. It's not too far. You can go at your own pace. I would definitely recommend looking them up on Instagram. They have an incredible, actually a very entertaining account on Instagram for the run club. But look at the Huntington Beach Run Club, and it's worth knowing about. It's a good way to get out of the house, and it doesn't really feel like a date at all. But I do know for my friends that are very active and they work out together, it actually feels a nice feeling to get out with your significant other and work out and have a nice fun. I mean, the weather's been beautiful. Get out to the beach, run along the beach, enjoy it. We live in an incredible city, and be a part of that run club. All right. So in recap, whether you're looking at dining out, participating in a Galentine's Day, maybe cooking at home, or considering something active like being a part of a run club, Huntington Beach has so much wonderful things around the city. The weather's been beautiful lately. Get outside, take advantage of it. Share these experiences with your friends and your neighbors around Huntington Beach. Share how wonderful Huntington Beach really is. I started this podcast purposely. I wanted to learn more about everything that Huntington Beach has to offer. I wanted to highlight some of the local businesses. I wanted to maybe expand other people's knowledge as to what Huntington Beach has to offer. It is a larger city for Orange County. And to get from South Huntington Beach to North Huntington Beach, it could be like a 15, 20-minute drive. And it shows you how vast and how big it is. And everything in between there, those are all businesses and homes and great opportunities to really enjoy what's really special about the city of Huntington Beach. And that's why I continue to love doing these episodes, Unlocking Huntington Beach. So in closing, and for your homework, I definitely want you to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube so you can get all of the videos in the future. If you are looking and finding us on social, make sure you're on Instagram at UnlockingHB or my personal Instagram at LaneNOC. We continue to bring relevant content, timely content for all things Huntington Beach. And as always, I want to leave you with this: do good. Huntington Beach deserves it. I'll see you on the next one.